In a world full of people who think life is a happy series of coincidences and trust the official narrative, some of us know better. Tales of Stonehenge, dogmen, chemtrails, and more. All of this we will explore in the Seany Zone. Oh, hey, everybody. Good evening.
Hi.
Hi.
All right. That's a great show. We'll see you next week.
There you go. Hey, good evening and welcome to the Seany Zone, everybody, on this Tuesday night. How's everybody doing on the Shuli Network? What's up, Seany? What's good in the hood, man?
What up? What up? What up?
What up? What up?
How we doing, folks? I was off a little bit of time. Had a trip up to the mountains. Did a little exploring. Didn't find any cryptids, but I found some interesting stuff, which will come up later in the show. So that'll be interesting to have a look at a few things from that. A lot of stuff going on though, Bobby. We picked a bad week. It seems like whenever we're off, a ton of shit goes down.
You're not wrong about that, Seany, because we had to miss a couple weeks ago because we had some personal things going on. I think you had some stuff going on and some stuff popped off with John. But yeah, what are we talking about this week, man? What do you got to say about all the new stuff?
Well, I mean, there's there's the whole the assassination attempt of Trump and Biden dropping out of the race. There's been a whole bunch of shit going on, right? I mean,
yes. In the last week alone, just been crazy, man. Yes.
I mean, and the funny part is none of that even is like, it's all just for show. Anyways, it's wrestling.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean, whether or not Biden's even alive, like was he even alive before he dropped out? Was that a clone? We have the mask, like an imposter. There's a lot of shit that's been kind of wild lately going on. I mean, like if you just take it on face value, the whole Trump storyline here. You have this guy that people were saying they saw him previous and they were trying to alert the Secret Service that this guy was up there.
Yeah.
Then there was like new news today where they were showing a clip from an office that overlooked that rooftop, and supposedly there was like a Secret Service agent in that room. So I mean, seriously, you want me to buy this? Like,
you're hearing a lot of stories. You're hearing that there was awareness of this guy possibly 1 hour before that Trump went on the stage. And I'm seeing after the fact, Seany, now that people, I think a Secret Service agent or somebody else has gone up after this to photograph the roof that he shot from. It's like people need to do something like seal up this roof, Sean. It's like people are just like running willy-nilly all over this roof and doing whatever they want, apparently.
Yeah, it's a crazy situation. And the funniest part is that so as a conspiracy theorist, in their eyes, I feel like I'm actually just a realist. We take a lot of shit. We get called tinfoil hats and crazies, cuckoos, and all kinds of names and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as this goes down, everyone on Twitter, both right and left, are spouting conspiracies. One side saying that Trump planned it, the other side saying that the Democrats planned it.
Yep.
And everyone's in agreement that it's not what we're being fed. But then you bring up anything else and like, no, that's no, that you're crazy. I'm not crazy. Mm-hmm. And it just drives me fucking mental that you could to fit your agenda, you'll make up a conspiracy, but you won't, you won't accept anything else that could possibly change your mind and, give you a new outlook.
And it's unfortunate, even with that, the unfortunate death of that fireman who was attending the rally.
Yeah.
So some people, that's still not enough. Like, who even knows if that's real or not? That's terrible. And rest in peace to that man who just was, minding his business at a rally. I guess is kind of attending a rally.
Yeah, that's nothing to die for. That's crazy. But I was going to. Well, that's interesting. So let me slow down the train a little bit and just say hit smash. Don't try to don't assassinate the like button, but just shoot its ear.
There you go. Too soon.
Turn on your gifted memberships because we have a few. Can we pop those up there?
We got some great new members joined up.
Yes, we got some new memberships. Carlos S. became a YouTube member. Welcome to the club there, Carlos, with a K. I like that. Who else we got? T-Fall. T-Fall became a YouTube member. Thank you, T-Fall. And thank you to whoever signed him up. I don't know if he caught one or if he signed up himself, but it's always great to see.
It looks like they're all good paying customers, man. They're here for the Seany Zone, buddy.
Yeah, fuck it. And we got Jeannie Marinello, and also becoming a YouTube member. And I want to stress this. I know. Tommy John refuses to read the pores. He says he won't read the chats that are $99
super chats. Yeah.
The Seany Zone read all super chats. And I mean, we obviously don't mind to read ones from our friend Daniel August. Thank you for the $50, buddy. Wow. Skola Boys, been waiting for your views on this topic. Well, Daniel, here we are. Here we are. So, there was a lot of speculation as to whether the blood on Trump's ear was from glass or if it was from the bullet itself. Mm-hmm. When you really think about it, if it's a real attempt on his life, what does it matter what cut his ear? Whether it was the bullet or whether it was the glass.
Well, I guess it feeds into the people on the conspiracy side to think that this says that Trump might be staging some kind of conspiracy by having some kind of blood and putting on a wrestling thing and that's like I said, and it's unfortunate that a man actually had to die to prove that maybe at least that part of the theory might not be true.
Yeah. It's crazy because, like I said, everyone went nuts. There's so much bigger things. There's bigger fish to fry, as we say. I don't know who we would be, but broadcasters.
But then what happens just 1 week later, Seany? Now where are we at with that?
Then Biden resigns, which we were at the campground when we got the news. My son and his friends were like, "Dad, guess what?" And they told me, and I said, "Well, that's that. I could have seen that coming a mile away."
Yeah, and it slowly leaked out like all weekend. I think I heard as early like Thursday and Friday they were saying that I think this weekend that Biden's going to make the call, and sure enough, by Sunday afternoon he finally did it. He threw in the towel. Yeah. Which I mean, whatever that thing is that they're trying to pass off as Biden. If it's really him, he needs to go to a retirement home, put up his feet, take some meds. I mean, the guy's in rough shape. And say what you want, Seany, but this is a unique time in history. Say what you want about either guy. When are you going to ever live another moment in time where within the same election year, the candidate running for president has assassination attempt on him, and a sitting president who is basically the assumptive nominee basically bows out of the race within months before the election, Seany? I don't think we're ever going to experience anything like this again. Fingers crossed.
And who knows what else might come.
That's true. A lot of time
now,
between now and November.
There's several months, and now, so it leads me to believe if he's not fit to run again, how do we know that he's fit to even be in charge right now? Like,
and that's the argument many people have been making all along, in that people have been shouting this and making these claims all, for basically most of his tenure, and falling on deaf ears, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, we kind of see it now. Well, where were you when people were saying this for a year or two at least?
Yeah, and I mean, are we because he is so inept? I mean, they're both so inept, but I mean, and I know the president doesn't control a lot of things. I mean, there's only a few things that they actually do, but it's the perception right now that the U.S. is weak, and I mean,
yeah,
we had,
especially on a world stage. I guess maybe it matters more for that, Shawnee, than, like you said, maybe our domestic life isn't as much as affected as maybe some people would think, but it probably does hold a lot of weight internationally.
Yeah,
it's a stronger leader.
It's a strange state to be in. And I noticed too, because I've been starting to lean a lot more towards RFK. He has some interesting takes on the whole on the JFK assassination attempt, and it's interesting to me that they had the Kennedys. There was a group of them that came out and backed Biden. I mean, right before Biden dropped out of the race, but. Mm-hmm. I wish I'd pulled the clip of the mouth breather from the Kennedy clan. He had white hair and he has like this.
Yeah, I did see that.
You see that
really
guy?
Weird. It almost looked like he was play acting, or somebody was making fun or mocking an old person. Yeah, I did see that picture.
It was very bizarre, and I don't understand why you'd put that guy on stage.
Yeah.
Or why would you put him in the front? Why? Put him in a crowd, but towards the back somewhere.
So, my understanding today is that the Secret Service director resigned. The director of the Secret Service resigned.
Is that the Cheadle or
yes.
something?
Yes, I read a headline that she resigned. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the Secret Service agents that Trump got were like the C squad. I mean, that was bad. I mean, you see all those. They couldn't put their guns away, and
going around about the person that couldn't put their gun away.
Yeah, that was wild.
That's a little troubling when you don't look like you can handle your firearm properly.
That's one of your jobs to
I think so.
So we had another chat come in, and I wanted to address it because it had something to do with just what you were saying. Mumbling Nick, my buddy. Corruption leads to incompetence. Thank you for the 5, by the way. The head of the SS, and that's Secret Service, not the SS, back in World War II, came from Pepsi. She wasn't qualified to protect Trump, but corporate bribes rule our government. And that's absolutely true. That is absolutely true.
Yeah. You scratch my back, I scratch yours with a cabinet position or what have you. Yeah.
Nick hit it right on the head right there. Thanks, sadly, I have a cup here. It's not full of it, but you can see that it is a Pepsi cup.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm part of the problem here. Wes Little became a YouTube member. Thank you, Wes.
Welcome, Wes. How you doing tonight?
Wait, is that a frog on his head?
Was
that a frog on his head? Is that what I'm saying?
I think it is.
Wow.
It is. What's up, Wes? How you doing?
Now he's got a stranger earpiece than Stuttering John. I'll tell you that much.
It's not a hairpiece. What about that picture he showed up with the shirt with the gigantic ink blot on it, with the stain on it?
Oh, yeah,
the hair dye stain. Looks like a Rorschach test.
Well, okay, so today I watched a little bit of John's show today, and
did you?
He was taught. It was a apparently it was a tattoo, and the ink was leaking out of the tattoo.
Please.
That's what that stain was. That's what he's saying now.
Are you shitting me? I heard the best story that I heard, the best theory that I heard is that he's too cheap to dye the proper. Look, there it is. There's the stain. He's too cheap to buy the proper hair dye, so he uses this. Maybe he uses the Just for Men, which is kind of made to kind of like blend out over time. I heard that sounds like the best theory I've heard so far.
That is
Hannah. It was Hannah says Byron Granger. Right. How you doing tonight, buddy? See Devin Cutmore, Jeff. Terry Nee, all of our friends are in here. Psych, what's good in the hood, man? Smack my head. There you go.
Oh, you know what, too? So the other day I was listening to, I've caught a little bit of John's show over the last, 2 weeks, and he kept saying this name on there, and every time he did it, got me mad, and he kept saying Dave Dallafor, and I'm like, it's Daffler, but I know it's not,
right.
But
that's right. But you properly know it is. You know the Bob Levy enunciation.
I was getting mad at John. I was like, "You fucking idiot!" I mean, more than once I get mad at him, but yeah.
Dave Dallafor, I'm not reading your chats no more. I saw him saying something like that. I think Dave was taking shots at him. I'm not reading yours no more, Dave.
You're poor.
You're poor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
But so I guess we'll transition into John right now.
Okay.
So like I've been saying, John's broke, and he admitted a couple times that it's hot wherever he is. It's hot, and there's no AC. Mm-hmm. He can't afford AC.
Yeah, you laid out a really succinct argument a couple weeks ago, Shawnee, probably about a month ago, and you laid it out why, because he was moving out and he couldn't pay for the pets to travel across the country. You laid it all out, and you said my theory is that John is flat broke, busted.
He broke.
And I think ever since then he's done nothing but prove that by all of his actions and moves. Yeah, you're right, buddy.
And so that same blue shirt that has that leak all over it, whatever it is. Maybe he hugged an octopus. I don't know, but
I'm in a headlock.
He wore that shirt for 3 straight shows, and it's like, what are you doing? You don't change your clothes.
I have 2 of them. I have 2 of them that are just like this. They got the exact same stain.
Yeah, right, exactly. And so, like I was saying, I did catch a little bit of his show today, and he was eulogizing Don Buchwald, who died. That was Howard's agent.
That Howard's agent died. I had not heard that, Shawnee. Oh,
okay.
Wait
breaking news. Breaking news.
Wait a minute. So Don Buchwald, his agent, who he could not stand Don Buchwald.
Which one? John?
John could not stand Don Buchwald.
Yes. And that's all he did was trash talk the dead man.
But when he dies, then what? So then what was today?
What's that?
Well, so today he changed gears then, right? Or what did he have to say today?
He talked shit about the guy who just died. He was saying how horrible he was to John, and John never did anything wrong, of course. Because John's like the narcissism was revved up to a 9.5, and he's like, Don used to do this to me, and blah 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 blah. I didn't even know what to do.
John wanted, like everything else, he wants something for free. He wanted all the representation and the clout of having a Don Buchwald, but he didn't want to kick that percentage in. And what would he do? He would take gigs behind Don's back and not cut him in on him as far as being his agent and sharing like an equal percentage, trying to get around his own agent. So he dealt Don shitty.
And then he was pissed at Don when Don got upset with him.
Yeah, because he had the nerve to point that very fact out to him. Yeah. That we're supposed to be in a partnership, and you're going outside of our partnership and making deals. And John doesn't get why that's a problem.
No, everyone in this world exists for John just to step all over. He just wants to walk on him.
He makes a good point. He says Don Buchwald took John on as a charity case. Thank you
absolutely.
For that up, Andy.
Yeah,
you're absolutely. Right, Jeff. Yeah, because he was with Howard and like everything else, all the other associations. He's like the guy that just keeps falling into shit. Got a horseshoe up his ass his entire life, just keeps falling from one good situation to the next. And it turned him
into a flaming asshole because he never had to work for anything. He lucked into this, that, and the next, and he has no work ethic. He has no talent. I mean, it doesn't even make sense.
He's bragging about having a copyright on that one of those shitty songs of his that was from 2008. Somebody recommended so he could mess with these guys that they would get it copyrighted, and he went ahead and did it in 23 apparently, and he can't be prouder of anything. But man, the song that you're going to hear at the end of this show from our boy Shawnee's band is 10 times better than that one.
Thank you. Actually, small Buchwald, 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon type of shit. So the kid that played drums in that band was a pretty good looking guy, no homo, and he he check it out. He was doing some modeling. And he got a part in one of the soaps. I remember if it was like Days of Our Lives or As the World Turns. Yes, and he played a date rapist in this scene, and that was his big claim to fame. I
hope he wasn't typecast there, Shawnee.
Right? Well, he had a look. Go ahead. What's that?
No, I was gonna say you look just like a date rapist. I got a job for you.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like, you're screaming date rape looks. He looked a lot like Sean William Scott from like Dude, Where's My Car? And,
really?
Yeah, totally.
Let's
totally.
Go.
Yeah.
Got that,
but and in fact, he was on his way to Don's agency. He was supposed to have a meeting with them on September 11th, but didn't go, and the whole thing blew up. Yeah, fucking crazy.
Oh, but of all days, wow. Well, let's see. Of all days, I see you, Daniel August. What's up, buddy?
Daniel August. Hard to hear, Bobby.
Am I on
maybe
the low
my
side?
end, but don't know. Oh,
give a little boost. I kick in like a turbo booster for my friend Daniel August. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for the $4.99, man. Yeah,
thank you for the technical advice.
Mm.
All right. Before we get to we're gonna just go right for there's some scary shit going on in the world.
For really though?
For really, just before we came on, I was reading an article about hackers have hit the Lido's Holdings Group. It's an IT server for NASA, the Pentagon, and a bunch of the government agencies. Mm-hmm. And they have stolen a bunch of files and are threatening to release them more. There's been a lot of this.
You're right.
As of late.
It is. Yep.
So I work in the car world, and a couple weeks back we had a hack. They got CDK got hacked, which is the software that we use. It's like writing bills and invoices, ordering parts, and all this. It's a lot involved.
I heard about this.
Yeah, and they held it, ransom for like $80 million, and they paid it. So I think pay it. Yeah, so they really spurred a bunch more of the shit, I think. Because then we had the one. What was the one that had the planes all down on the ground?
Yeah, the CrowdStrike / Microsoft thing. I wanted to get your take on that, Shawnee, because that was widespread, and yet every one of these mass outages, basically, what's the first thing they always say? Oh, it's not an attack. It's not an attack. I want to know, do you think that a large percentage, or maybe this one or most of these, what percentage do you think of some of these large outages are actual kind of hacks, if you will?
I would say at least 80%.
Yeah, I have a theory that this was probably a hack, but they're not going to advertise it because then the next guys just want to kind of out hack them. So I guess they don't want to, spur the competition and encourage the next person that might attempt to do this thing. I think that is the goal, Shawnee. But like you said, it's just too much of it happening recently that they can't all just be outages,
Yeah. So, I don't know what files they were able to see. I don't know. It doesn't sound good. That's where I'm going with all of this. And I mean, I don't know. I guess etc remains to be seen. ... But I don't. It's scary, you know.
Well, I think that there's two different motivations for this. Some people want to do those attacks, those hacks for the information so they can have the raw data and the raw people information. And then I think some of these IT nerds just get off on the control aspect of it about, hey, if I want to, I can hit a button and I can mess up your world. I think so. I don't know kind of what we're dealing with here. I think it's just the geeks that kind of are trying to out geek each other and can prove that they can control things if they really wanted to. That's my take on that.
I agree. I mean, there is some of it, you know, where it is like for clout for them to be able to say that they did it.
Yeah, I get that. Mm-hmm.
But then there's also and the malicious ones. There's always more to come. It's always like waiting in the wings. There's always, you know, that's the part that.
So was your shop shut down in the meantime while that software was off? Could you not work? Were you effectively like out of business?
No, we still worked. We just we had to like handwrite all the bills and stuff and like wait for it to come back on, and then it made a ton more work of typing everything in, having to get it all. You know what I mean? Like it caused a lot of stress. I know that much.
Well, yeah, and we got to rely on these old school ways, Shawnee, because I know someone else who's in the fleet kind of car industry, and they were affected by this hack as well, and that effectively shut down their shop. And he was no, you can't do this. You got to go old school. You have to learn how to write tickets. We cannot stop doing business just because of this hack. And I think that's going to be kind of happening more and more going forward, Shawnee, is we're going to keep experiencing these hacks, and we're going to have to basically fall back onto kind of doing stuff the old school way.
Yeah, I mean, and when they hack the grid, you know, that's where shit goes really, you know, the power grid, I'm saying. That's where you get really that's going to cause some trouble. I mean, big trouble. And that's why I keep saying to everyone to stockpile foods, waters, batteries, all money. Of it, you know, anything you're going to need. Money,
have stuff to barter. Yeah.
I mean,
have stuff you like, have stuff you don't like. Other people will like.
Yes, absolutely. So we had another super chat come in.
Got lots of pretty colors from our friends coming in.
DJ Davies, thank you for the 5. If SJ can't afford AC, what are the odds he's stealing his neighbor's internet? I'd say they're great. DJ, I think that's a really, really good call. And I'd like to investigate that. I'd like to find out who lives next door to him and make them all change their passwords all at the same time. Son of a bitch, right?
Son of a bitch. Thank you. Thanks, DJ Davies. Stacey Allen.
Thank you very much.
Ooh, Stacey Allen says it was practice for a bigger event.
That's probably true.
I think these things are going to escalate, Stacey. I think they're going to try to outdo it. I'm telling you that they're going to see. If I hit this button, I can shut down the world, and they're going to keep upping the threat. Is what I think. That's my feeling on it. Yeah,
and I mean, you can get a lot of crazy stuff from the Pentagon. I'm sure. Maybe they'll find out that stuff about 9/11 that'll prove my case. Maybe. Let's go to Don. Thanks for the $2, Don. Internet.
What's up, Don? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for checking in, and thank you for the 2, my friend.
100%.
100%, Don. We appreciate you 100%.
Bob, you want to hear something else scary?
What's that, buddy?
Chandapora.
Chandapora.
It's
Chandapora. I feel like I'm doing that Carson game. Chandapora.
Well, there's nothing fun about it. So far there's 32 dead in India. It's a disease with a 76% fatality rate.
Oh boy.
It's transmitted by sand fleas.
Damn.
And occasionally it can be carried also by mosquitoes and ticks, but the major carrier of this disease is sand fleas. So that's not very good. And the sad part is, so it's a disease that like causes like an encephalitis rabies combo, and
Jeez.
it's not good. And so far it's been only showing up in like teenagers over there.
Wow.
Which is crazy. It's like a scary thing because it's only been seen in India. I guess they had an outbreak of like 20 years ago of the same disease, but it somehow went away. I didn't get that far into the article before we had to come on the air, so I still have more to learn about it. But
Articulate John says it's super rabies. Maybe
it might be. It might be.
What's up, Articulate John? As if that's a thing, an Articulate John. How you doing tonight?
Yeah. How you doing, buddy? John has hand fleas. Don says it might have been. You know what? Those sores on John's hands and stuff. That might be the sign of it. Maybe he's patient zero of Chandapora.
Yeah, well, they were also talking about some kind of a human ringworm kind of thing that kind of started in California. You know, connection. I don't know.
That's not a good sign. That's and he's got sores that look like that. So get those like round
sores. Matter of fact.
Yeah.
Popkey.
I'm gonna give you a moment of levity here, Bob. So we camped this past weekend.
Yeah.
And so the day that we left, my key fob on my truck, I've got a Dodge Ram truck, and the key fob was being really strange, where it kept trying to lock the truck like over and over again. If I bumped it, it would like bleep 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 bleep, like the horn bleeps when it locks.
Yeah.
And the lights flash, and so we brought it up to the campground because I had to, because it was all full of all the stuff. And then so during the first day, did it a few times, and then the next day it was being really a real bitch, right? So I found that if I put the key, because it was around, so it kept getting moved around, and every time it would move, it bleep 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 bleep.
Okay.
So I put it in the truck with the in the ignition and just left it there, and it seemed to be fine.
Yeah.
Until 2:15 in the fucking morning, I'm sound asleep.
What happened?
Mrs. Sean, he's like, babe, you gotta get up the truck. And sure as shit, the thing's going bam, 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 bam.
In a campground.
There's a campsite directly in front of where my truck is parked. They start turning. They're turning on their lights.
Oh no!
In the camper.
You're
I run out.
guy.
I throw on my Crocs. I run out there, and I'm just in gym shorts and Crocs. I run out, and I'm like, sorry. And I drive it away with we have the running lights on, so I don't so I don't wake everybody up.
Our campground up, yeah.
Yeah. So I drive all the way. They have like a ball field, and I drive it there to the lake and overflow parking lot, you know. So I pull it there, and it's bleep 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 bleep, and I leave, and so I'm on my way back, and now it's almost like 2:30 by that point. And it's pitch black. I mean, we're out in the woods, and there's no moon.
So you walking at this point? You left the vehicle there, and you're walking back.
Yeah,
in
with
the
just my
black.
key.
Okay, all right.
Just my key. I didn't grab my phone.
In your boxer shorts.
I didn't grab a phone. I didn't grab a flashlight, and I'm traipsing along, and there's lots of roots and stuff. So I'm going down this very dark path. And let me explain that where this place is. They get a lot of black bears that come at nighttime and rummage through the trash, the dumpsters.
That's nice.
Stacy, it's a 2014. It's pretty old. So my point being, so I'm like on the hunt. I'm like, okay, I got to be like careful here. And I was kind of near where they leave the dumpsters, and I hear this noise. It's like a noise or whatever, and I'm like, I stop and I freeze, and I'm like, oh my god, there's a fucking bear in the woods. I know it, and I'm like, I'm gonna die in my Crocs here.
He died in his Crocs at the campground.
And my Crocs are yellow like Sykes Sykes Avatar, like they're that bright.
Jesus.
And I'm like, oh, they're gonna find one Croc with like like blood all over it, and that's it, right?
Right.
So I stop, I freeze, and I'm listening, and then I hear a guy rip a gigantic fart, like a
Wait a minute.
And he goes, oh, like that. And I was like, oh, that was the noise. It was that guy. So it was farts. I heard a farting man in a tent.
So we went from potential bear attack, or maybe I'm picturing you out there like gathering food with the bears or digging in the trash cans or possibly being mistaken for one, and it turned into a fart story.
Yeah.
It turned into a fart story.
Yeah, that's how it ended. So I was glad to.
I thought you were going to say you got in a bear fart battle or something. Like he threw a fart and you farted back at him.
No, I was glad to just get back to bed. But yeah, so that was fun.
And you had a video, but unfortunately we can't play it here because it's so good and it's so close to the actual artist. But you were enjoying yourself with a little karaoke up there at the campground as well, weren't you, Shawnee?
Yes, I was. We had some glow sticks going. I had a good glow on, both inside of my head and outside. I had the glow sticks on, and we were being absurd. So,
but that looked like a lot of fun, you guys. To paint the scene, you had your canopy going on. You had some lights under it, and Shawnee was like singing like a Madonna song. I'll let everybody know from back in the day, singing like a virgin, a little too well. I don't think we could play it here because he actually plays the track in the background. But it looked like you had a lot of fun.
I didn't even think to try to use an actual karaoke one.
Yep.
Instead of the real track. Yep. So.
It's so good. Shawnee's so on point that YouTube might think it's Madonna. So unfortunately, we can't play it here for y'all. But it looked like you had fun, Shawnee. I love going camping like that.
That night was a good time. Yeah.
Good
but so that was fun. Also, I have an update on Muppet babies.
Oh boy. Oh, there we go. We got to get that ready.
Yeah. Okay. So, last week before I went on my trip, I was watching. I was making food to bring for the trip, and I was watching Muppets take man.
A Muppet classic. The Muppets take man.
Muppets take Manhattan.
Yeah.
That's a drink I never asked for at the bar. Believe me.
No, you'd have to. That'd be funny.
They can have the drink made before I got it out. So I'd forgotten this. So Muppet babies started. Kermit and Piggy are in a like a horse-drawn carriage.
Yeah,
and she's saying how she wished she knew him when they were babies because she wished she knew him all of her life. And
right.
instead of
Kermit.
I knew you all my life, Kermit. And he's like, oh, me too, Piggy. And so it goes into this dream like sequence of them all as babies.
Yeah. So
they admit that it was all a concoction of. It was just a fever dream, if you will, that the Muppet babies exist. Now, the Muppet so that movie came out in 1984.
All right.
Coincidentally, the Muppet Babies cartoon started right after that was released. It was within the same year.
For really though?
Yeah. And so there's a conflict because it was a dream, but then it's becoming real. And then the Muppets Family Christmas in 1987 cemented it as lore now. they retconned it and turned it into no. They all knew each other as babies, when in fact the Muppet movie shows that they didn't.
What kind of world do we live in where they misrepresent Muppet babies and Muppet relationships, Shawnee?
Well, it's one of these things that we've had the wool pulled over our eyes too many times, and this was from when I was a kid, so it pisses me off.
It's been going back that far. Our friend Kremley says there was a Muppet Babies cartoon on CBS Saturday morning, and I know you probably know it well, don't you, Shawnee?
That's what I mean when that started in 1984 to coincide with the release of the film. It was, and I remember it. I think it was at Burger King. They had all the Muppet Baby toys and stuff. Like it was like this whole wave, and I was sick to my stomach even as a kid. I said, "This doesn't make any sense because this isn't real."
It's not real, man. You will never find anybody. I defy you to find anyone with more passion or opinion than my friend right here, Shawnee, about Muppet Babies.
No, I don't like it at all. It makes me sad.
I'm telling you, like at first when you talked about this like a month or so ago, when you first brought up, I thought Shawnee's pulling my leg, and then the more you got to talk about it and the more detail, I'm like, man, he's living this shit. He is believing this shit. You are passionate about your Muppet Babies.
It's disgraceful. I want my things to be pure, and nothing in this world is pure anymore. I mean, they soil everything. You know
what kind of world would you live in? We can't even believe in Muppet Babies' origin story no more. What the hell?
Bullshit.
Reverend Wild Bill. Yeah.
All right. So, hey, Reverend. Wow, that's an interesting avatar you got there, buddy. That's scary stuff.
There you go.
So, moving on to some of our Discord stuff, because I've been putting stuff in there for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, that's some of it.
So let me start by saying this. You heard about the earthquakes on the Hawaiian Islands, Mount Kilauea. There was Kilauea Island was. There was earthquakes, and they were afraid it was going to erupt.
No, but I imagine them being volcanic islands. This probably occurs a lot more than we ever probably hear about it on the normal, though, right?
Yes. Well, this was there was a bunch of them, like all in a row in a very short time frame. So they raised the eruption level, eruption concern.
Warnings.
I don't know, warnings. Yeah. But then they came back down by the end of the day, and then the very next day, what do we have? Can you show us 151?
I can show you 151. I'll be curious to see this myself. Ooh, 151. Let's go. Let's show you.
I don't mean the booze.
Wow. Who's reference?
I had enough of that for the week over the weekend. Not 151, but
this one you want 151, huh? This is the volcano you want?
Wait! Stop the press! Brian
Collaborate
Kowalczyk.
And listen.
Brian Kowalczyk.
What did you do? Here. What did you do, Brian?
He says, Fraggle Rock was my jam as a kid. And I agree. I loved them too. And you know what? That's actually one of my favorite parts. There you go. Brian Kowalczyk says Fraggle Rock was my jam as a kid. And I agree with him. It was a very good show. And I will say this. One of the things that I loved about Muppet Family Christmas is they brought the Muppets, the Sesame Street, crew, and the Fraggles were all involved in the same show. What do they call it? Symmetry? Not symmetry.
Like symmetry.
Isn't there another word?
Symbiotic relationship, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe it was great. It was wonderful. I loved it.
Yeah, but and you're not wrong about that, because they were all kind of separate entities up until that point. You always kind of like, hey, they're kind of like the Muppets, and this is the Muppets and all. And then they finally put it all those worlds together.
Well,
that was kind of
so fun. at the end of Muppets Take Manhattan, when they finally get their play, on Broadway, and there's a wedding scene with Kermit and Piggy, which he doesn't realize that it's real. Spoiler alert.
Damn!
Some of the Sesame Street the Sesame Streets are there. There's like Ernie and Bert and Big Bird.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in the crowd to watch this thing. So there was a little bit of a cross with those two at that point, but the Fraggles was it totally changed the whole thing up on the other one. So, but anyways, okay.
Stacey Allen agrees. She says, "Oh yeah, Brian Kowalczyk, and the original Muppet movie. I had the music on vinyl.
Hell yes.
Hey, both. It sounds better on both. The Muppet.
I had it on an 8-track.
Oh, he sees your album.
I wish
vinyl,
I still had it.
And he ups you an 8-track. Damn, Shawnee.
Yeah. I had that. I had also an 8-track. The Empire Strikes Back.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow. That's going hard, man. 8-track is going. We're going back now.
That's insane. My first car had an 8-track player. It was a '79 Grand Prix.
Really?
Had one. It didn't work, but it was in there, and I was
cool,
like, "Damn!"
Man. Taking you way back.
But and I may have brought this up before. Speaking of the Fraggles, the commercial with the kids going. Fraggles love to read, right? So it shows him. And he's all pumped up. He's like, Fraggles, and they go through the song like it's the end of the song that they sing at the beginning of the show, and he turns it off at the beginning of the show, and he says, "I love the Fraggles," but he's turning it off at the beginning of the show. That doesn't make any sense, kid. What the fuck are you talking about? It's not the ending song; it's the beginning song.
Once again,
I don't.
Okay, Anthony. All right. I'm seeing a comment from Anthony says 151 makes you turn on Friends. When you mentioned 151 earlier, you said not the alcohol. 151 makes you turn on your friends. What's up, Anthony?
Yeah, I've seen that before. That's a true point. That's why I stay away from it. All right, so speaking of 151, let's get to 151. We're talking about Kilauea and the volcanoes.
All right, here we go. 151 for Shawnee. Here's your volcano shot on the Seany Zone on a Tuesday night on the Shuli Network. Here you go, buddy. I'll play it for you.
This is Mount Etna in Italy today. Well, that's not good, is it?
Nah. Shawnee, I like the viral videos I'm seeing lately where these guys are like sacrificing their drones and flying their drones like over the core of the volcanoes, and the heat just like melts them and they go, but they get some good shots before they die.
That's pretty cool.
That is. If you got to go, if your drone has to go, that's a good way to do it.
All right. So if you look at, it's really loud. All right, so let's pause this one. So if you look at Hawaii, and then you look at Italy, they're almost all the way across the globe. Or I mean, if it's a flat Earth map, they're I'd have to look at them, where they're drawn. But on a globe, they'd be drawn, almost all the way halfway around. And then our next scene, also from today, let's go to 149, Bobby.
All right, 149.
Yellowstone.
Oh, good old Yellowstone. There's always something popping off at Yellowstone National Park.
Biscuit Basin.
149 you would like, huh? 148.
Yes, please.
149. Here we go. 149. Oop. Coming right up. Biscuit Basin. I see it. Here we go. Boom. Seany Zone.
This is for you. Stacey. She's saying the same thing, but here we go. This was formerly a geyser.
Oh, and it decided to spew other things, huh?
It decided to go fucking crazy.
Whoa. When nature turns.
Yeah.
What? That's crazy, bro, because people innocently look at these geysers all the time. But yeah, you never know when
shit, you gotta run.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
See, all that stuff you take for granted, you think it's just going to steam there, and boom. That's wild, Sean. I didn't know that happened.
So, and if we go to number 150, that's what the boardwalk looks like after all of this. You'll see It's covered in rock and ash, and not a good place.
All right.
This was in Yellowstone.
Yeah, this is where
Yellowstone, where there's underneath it, there's a super volcano.
Mm-hmm.
That if it fully.
Let me go first so I can make this stuff stable. Walk right where I'm walking.
Wow, this was afterwards. So if these people would stood there, this is what they would have got, Sean.
Yeah.
Because we don't know how safe this is.
Yeah, and they're walking on the board saying you don't even know how safe the boards are now.
Yeah.
Well, Nate. But just keep moving.
Why would you bring your kid there? I would just send the kid back.
Yeah, Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I think it looked like they were just innocently looking at it.
Look at that.
Wow. That woman just keeps yelling shit.
Yeah.
You just keep hearing a woman going shit.
Look, everything is destroyed. Oh my god. Oh my god. Max, keep going, keep going.
Yeah, you want to get away from that.
Oh shit.
Shit seems to be the operative word. Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And look, it ain't spewing nothing out now, Shawnee.
No, it's just,
I guess it relieved itself.
We are getting out of here.
Makes you think, like, what's going on beneath the surface, that all these things are going on within a 24, 48 hour, within 48. It's not good. And like I was saying, underneath Yellowstone is a super volcano that I think we've all heard about. And here's the thing: if that fully erupts, that all that soot, ash, rock, and everything that came flying out of that one small burst is going to be launched into the sky, and then the prevailing winds and the jet stream is going to be carrying all that all across the East Coast, and it's going to be trouble, big trouble.
But those people get that false sense of security because we're taught that, the geysers, like you said, the geysers that they've been spewing all these years. This is what you do.
Years,
you go to the park, you walk up, you look at the geysers. But the whole thing is that we never know when a human being is going to be at the witnessing point of one of these kind of turning point moments, kind of like we just saw right there. That's amazing that it was captured on video like that.
Well, and that dad in it has a really good point of just making sure that it's safe, because we hear every year about folks that go off these boardwalks and off the trails, and they fall through what looks like rock. They step on it, and beneath it is a boiling hot spring that's 200 degrees, and they get cooked like instantly almost.
Right, that's a good point, because the park in general, you wonder what's going on underneath of it. But when you're that close to something that fails like that, you have no idea how far that goes, and if you're going to step into a crack or if it's going to fall in, you really don't know. Yeah. You just wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, that's not a good. That's not good. So, and can we play number 134? It's just a photograph, but I wanted to make a point that, there's some other things going on in the world besides our presidential shit that no one's looking at.
Yeah, well, and then, there's always been a theory as long as I've been around, Shawnee, is that, sometimes when big things are popping off in the news, all of a sudden something bigger will pop off and they go, hey, look at the shiny little thing over here. Pay no attention to the other shit that's kind of happening over here that we're distracting you from. And we could
sleight of hand.
We could be in one of those phases right now, Shawnee, for sure.
Yeah. Well, if you read this, that doesn't make me feel I'm not going to sleep any better with that news.
Russia
I know China at this point it was a week ago, but
send multiple warships to the contested South China Sea. Yeah, that's not good. And you're right, Shawnee. We have it does seem to be in the news cycle. It's got so politicized that these kind of stories that should be much bigger about other things going on in the world, just kind of they literally get brushed to the side, and it's very weird.
It's not good. You have to dig for your news, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here for, to bring you the news that you need to know.
There you go.
Like
Seany
this,
Zone.
we always like to talk about our food supply, Bobby, and I got two disturbing ones right now.
Okay.
Can we bring up number 128?
We sure can. So I forget 128. You got it, buddy.
128.
128.
And
here on the show.
our old friend Bill Gates is at it again.
Okay, well, let's see what he's up to here. He's got his hands and his money and ideas and everything. But tell me about this one, Shawnee. It's getting ready to come on the screen right now. Bill Gates, the nation's largest farm owner, wants to eliminate eggs. Shawnee?
Well, so he, in his estimation, too much resources are being put towards farming of eggs.
Farming in general.
Production of eggs. And there's been a lot of talk lately about like alternative proteins, plant-based proteins, and even not as in the news, but like bug proteins, like insect proteins. I swear to God.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've heard a lot of people really they advocate for they say the bug proteins are greater than some meats that you might eat, but I just can't. I'm not going to get around to like chewing on the bugs. I ain't doing it.
Yeah, and the fact of it comes down to that as human beings, we're not meant to eat bugs. I was reading a thing about it today. There is a food chain. We eat things that eat bugs, but we don't eat bugs.
Right.
There's a certain element in the exoskeletons of the bugs, which more or less are their bones, you know. And this damages human DNA. It damages our organs, more or less from the inside out. So eating a large bug diet is definitely not advised. You know.
So yeah, but you're right, Shawnee. There is a whole movement to, and I know cows are a big thing, to reduce our carbon footprint on the earth. And they say that cows and agriculture are like a large percentage of our carbon footprint on the entirety of Earth. So there is a large, tremendous movement. So much so, like you said, it's funny that you got Bill Gates involved in this story, because I did a story on my show, which you can see every day of the week, Monday through Friday on BF Live.
It's a great show, Bobby.
Thanks, man. 12 o'clock East. I appreciate that, Shawnee. I did a story today about Bill Gates invested in a California company named Savor. And you know what they make, Shawnee? They make butter out of like carbon dioxide and air. And what they have decided to do is they have broken down the fats, identified the fats that are in butter, and they are trying to recreate those chains of molecules in a non-agricultural way without using cows or water or anything like that, Shawnee. And they're saying that
wild.
Yeah, the result is pretty close. So he's not only investing in eggs trying to reduce the carbon footprint because of chickens and all, and the chicken shit. He's also doing the same thing with milk and butter and cows. So he's just got his hands in on everything.
I'd like to make a point, right? That just because you can make something taste like something else does not mean it's good for you.
I thought you were going to say just because you made computer software that can get easily hacked doesn't mean you know other shit, you know.
Fair point. That's also true.
I don't know where that whole jump happened, where you have money, knowledge. I don't know, but you have computer software, but then you're trying to save the world and you're developing all. I don't know. He's definitely
unless Barnaby, unless we actually are in the Matrix, and he is the one.
He is the one
changing it.
That would be our luck. That he's Neo.
He's the one, right? Yeah.
Bill Gates is our Neo.
Thanks,
he's our savior.
You fucking nerd.
Thanks a payload, Chet.
But so here's the other point that I was going to make. We're all concerned about our carbon footprint. You know, we want e-cars and we want battery this and solar that and all this. Mm-hmm. And yet, we send all of our manufacturing to China with zero regulations on any of it.
Yeah,
they have child labor, they have coal power, they have lead paint, and
Who else in the
But
world
we're
can compete
pretending-
against? Yeah.
But we want to sit and grandstand like we're doing such good things for the earth when you're fucking lying. I'm sorry. That's the point I was trying to make was
Okay. Yep.
Your actions don't match your words. That's what I'm trying to get at here, Bobby. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, but I was just trying
No,
to
you didn't cut me off at all. Well, I'm glad you ran with the point, man, because that's what this is all about. No, I appreciate it, man. It's all good shit. Daniel.
Daniel August, thank you for the 50 again. Show is great as usual, boys. I have to finish it tomorrow.
Scola. Daniel August, I got to give you one on that, bro. Thank you for hooking us up with 2 $49.99s. Daniel August. Daniel, my brother.
Fucking A straight, huh?
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest that you don't get to see tonight. Yeah, I don't know. That totally threw me off. So.
Yep. So we were talking about it. We started off talking about how Bill Gates is kind of into agriculture. He's trying to affect agriculture. And then I read that, he's trying to affect the production of butter and he's trying to reduce the carbon footprint. It's all well and good. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out when he made that jump to kind of he's doing his best, I guess, to make a difference in the world, if you will. At least he thinks he is.
But the wrong one, because here's the thing, Bobby. When you control oil, you can control countries. Mm-hmm. When you control food, you control people. When you control food, you control people.
Yep. And we
talked
about that with the Monsanto seeds and that situation. We talked about that in the past. Like you said, we talk about the food chain a lot here on Seany Zone.
Which leads me to number 153, Bob.
Okay. What we got here for 153 for the people tonight, Seany? 140, 150. Come on, here we go. Almost there. 1, 2, 3. You got a riff for me. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Mumbling Nick makes a fun point. He says, Mr. August does a fantastic job trolling SJ. It's such a good job that many people don't realize he's trolling.
Very good.
Interesting.
Very good. Thank you, man. We appreciate Daniel August. I see him in the other chats, and I appreciate him being a part of the Seany Zone. Hooking us up, generous.
Clayton said that Mothman made him late.
Goddamn Mothman.
Fucking Mothman. He's always up to no good.
All right. This says, the caption says, a Tennessee Republican introduces insane food vaccine legislation.
Yeah, listen to this.
Don't understand the underlying need or logic.
If a food source has a human vaccine in it, we would deem that a pharmaceutical in Tennessee to make sure that we don't overdose or underdose that food source.
I mean, how's this going to play out?
House Bill 1894 classifies any food that contains a vaccine or vaccine material as a drug under the Tennessee Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. Defines vaccine or vaccine material as a substance intended for use in humans to stimulate the production of antibodies and provide immunity against disease, that is authorized or approved by the United States Food and Drug Administration.
Food and Drug.
Can you give me an example of a food that's a vaccine?
Yes, sir. University of California, Riverside has already perfected the ability to put human vaccines into our lettuce right now. Also, tomatoes has the ability to do that also for UC Berkeley. And then Big Tobacco, RJ Reynolds and stuff has perfected the ability to put a human vaccine into tobacco products.
Wow, Seany. I did not know about this angle.
Look at what they're fucking trying to do. It blows my mind that people aren't awake to this and that we trust the FDA. I mean, give me a fucking break. This is what they want to. At some point, there's going to be a day where we're gonna be like rationed out food. It's like a certain amount, which will mean we'll cut back on like obesity and diabetes and things like that. I suppose there's a lot of human beings that can't control themselves enough not to overeat or to eat poorly. But think about like if you follow this line of thought down the road and say, okay, if they're trying to take away a lot of the foods we like and swap them out with, planet healthy foods, not human healthy foods, planet healthy foods. Mm-hmm. and they're trying to put vaccines in our foods, and then like where does that go until you start going? Well, there's going to be a certain portion of food allowed per person. Eventually, I mean, it's not going to, and it's going to come gradually, and there's going to be a whole bunch of other shit that you're not even going to see as the taking it away from you.
And that legislator makes a good point. If you are, in fact, infusing food with vaccine in them, then there should be some type of measurement or some type of way to know how much of any said vaccine one person is consuming. And yeah, Shawnee, this is disconcerting. And that now you kind of have the wolves in charge of the hen house, and that you will, and that these corporate people have worked their way up into these positions of authority in the FDA to allow these kind of food things to kind of go through our system. And now it's almost regressing. And now you have to have like individual like state legislators kind of saying, hey, no, this isn't right, and somebody has to look out on behalf of the consumer, when really the FDA should be doing that the whole time, or at least that was their traditional role. Sean, that's crazy.
Yeah, they've been corrupt a long time, and it's just gross. I mean, and the average Joe Schmo, trust them, and it's fucking disgusting.
They should be totally neutral, unbiased, like just strictly professional people that only deal with the aspects of food and don't politicize it or try to make any decisions that benefit or do not benefit any particular companies or entity. It has to always be what's right for the food supply and not what's right for whoever's in charge or maybe gave you the most patronage politically or something. That's really scary.
Agreed. I think DJ Davies sums it up great. The FDA, a federal agency, by the way, is primarily funded by big pharma company donations, bribes. The end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
lobbyists,
and in some cases, they are in charge of some of these organizations now.
Yeah, lobbyists have ruined our democracy, and we're starting to really feel the effects of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so moving on from the food sources, I have some cryptid. What happened?
I'm just reading some of these cool comments that's going on in the chat. Kremlin says that the FDA had been severely neutered. Yes, neutered. I agree with that.
They've had their guts split, and there's a fucking robot. It's like the scene. It's like the scene in Man in Black when the guy takes over the farmer's body there.
Yes,
the farmer was the FDA, and now there's something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some cryptid news, Bob. Cryptid news.
We do.
Yes.
All right.
Can we go to number 132?
You got it. 132 is what I'll do. All right. 132. Yeah, you definitely got a lot of stuff in here, my friend. Let me see. I got it all ready. I got it all queued up. Here we go.
Leaky tattoo.
What is PrEP? Leaky tattoo. Even if that was true, which it doesn't even exist, like other than henna, would you admit that or even say that? Oh, look at this. What do we got here, Shawnee? Tell us what we're seeing here.
A juvenile Sasquatch. And he might be trying to to get himself some deer meat for dinner.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Deer. It does. It looks like a little baby Eddie Munster or something like that. Look, he's a little wee little thing. I look, and there's a couple deer right there. He's fixing to eat them. Like,
hell yeah.
You want me? Might have me some deer pork chops tonight. Deer pork chops.
Hell yeah.
Some deer chops tonight, boy.
Hell to the yeah.
Mini Sasquatch.
There's a number 136. We have a painting of a dog man from someone who had seen one. It's on my friend on Twitter, Bigfoot Manhattan, had put this up, and it's a really interesting take on the dog man. And I wanted to share that. Land of the Lost. He did kind of look a little bit like Chaka. Chaka.
Painting of the Dogman by Pam Wick. I love it. It's different. I saw it for purchase on some kind of site they're going to say. But you like that, huh?
It is an interesting. Well, if you notice the eyes, the amber eyes.
The eyes stick out.
Yeah. And that's in my encounter, that's what I saw were the eyes. And it was I'm glad I didn't run into them when I was in the campground in just my shorts and Crocs.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby, let
And
me
your
tell
key
you that
fob
much.
in your hand. Yeah.
Yeah, my key. I would have thrown it, and it would have just beeped the truck a few times.
And then you can see right here, I can see that on the 15th, you commented on this and you said, I'm using
Yes.
this on my show tomorrow.
Which
Post.
we didn't end up going to that show. We ended up coming tonight. So I wanted to put it up there.
Stacey Allen's right. I kind of took it at too. It was almost like he's doing a pose. He's like, yeah, baby. I look, yeah, baby.
Oh.
What's it? The dog man is doing a sexy pose.
Kind of like when George Costanza does the picture on the couch.
Yes. Get my good side, baby.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to 141. I learned of this new creature called the Nuka-Levy.
What?
Nuka-Levy, and it's not related to Bob.
Oh, I thought when you said Nuka-Levy, I definitely thought you were making something up.
No, sorry, Nuka-Levy.
All right, let's see. All right, calm down, Bob. It wasn't about you, buddy. Let's see. Nuka-Levy. I see this here. You got to teach me what this Nuka-Levy is. Oh, if I can stop sharing that.
Well, it's kind of a horse. It's kind of a half horse. It's terrifying. Is really what it comes down to.
A Nuka-Levy. There you
That's
go.
my brother. That's my brother.
The Nuka-Levy is part man and part horse, all monster. Go ahead.
Yes, this is Scottish cryptid. They said it has no hair, skin, and travels across Scotland. And there are waves over there where there's a lot of cattle mutilation, sheep and goats and things. And it's not. Maybe this is why.
Yeah, you reminded me of a story. I think you did a picture on here about of a mutilated animal. The carcass was found in a weird state, but there wasn't a lot of like track or trails around it or something, Shawnee. This kind of bringing back a memory for me.
Yeah. There's a lot of that. We can get into that at some point more. But yeah, it's this might explain what's going on.
Anthony Schultz, pot monster, pot smoker. Pot monster, pot smoker.
There you go. And I make the best puddle chicken you've ever seen.
It's puddled chicken, absolutely. Shout out to Bob Lee.
Yes. All right. So, number 143. Bob, you know
143. You're not Sal Governale and me.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
So this one, someone was outside in the yard. This is not technically a cryptid, but it falls semi into the category. There's a little ghostly being there in the in this alleyway.
Yeah, it says, what do you make of this one? Taken at a short distance in the U.S. on an early evening. Let me see. Make it a little bigger. That's what she said. All right. That's as close as I can get into it, Shawnee. But it looks like a ghost standing in the road or something.
That's exactly what it looks like.
You can see through the person.
Yeah, but you can see that there's two. You can see there's two legs.
Yeah, there's two legs and what torso? Maybe no shirt on it.
Yeah. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you make of that one?
I think it's a ghost, Bob. That's what I'm saying.
You never know.
I vote. Put a 1 in the chat if you think it's a ghost. Like John show.
Don says quad 100%. That's 100% him.
Right.
Shuli Network put the 1 right there. 100%. Just put 100%
ghost.
there. Chris Popke. I'll come to your emotional rescue, my friend. 100%. I want to be your emotional friend too. 143, my friend. 143.
Yeah. So let's go to number 145. Now this was out a few years back before all the AI stuff. So I've seen this one before, but I'd forgotten. I'd forgotten about this one for some time. This was like up in Minnesota or somewhere up north where they had there was a sighting of this sort. Maybe Michigan, I forget, but it was winter time, and there's actual film. There's the night sky, pretty well to see.
There you go. Well, it says one sent in from the U.S. claiming to be that of the infamous Dogman. Thoughts? There you go.
Well, and as you can see, that thing's pretty fucking tall because you see the house behind him.
Okay, now I do.
You for like a comparison's sake, and I don't know, Bob. I wouldn't want to run that into a nighttime out in the night, out in the snow, or even not
with only my key fob and in my Crocs. Nah, I don't want that.
No, I gotta go, Bob.
Oh, they're getting calling you.
Oh. So that was there's film of this one somewhere that I could not find it as of the other day when I put this up there, and I forgot about it because everything else that was going on. So I'm gonna write a note to myself.
Clay Dabbler made that. 143 Popkey. I love you. You complete me. I love you. I love all you guys. Thanks for joining us on the Shuli Network tonight on a Tuesday night in the Seany Zone. Oh, sorry, we're a little late. I'll fess up. It was kind of my fault because I was kind of running an errand. I got back just in time, and the boys said, "We got you, BF, man. Don't rush home. Don't do nothing unsafe." So it's kind of my fault, but I'm glad you hung with us for the 7:30 start here on the Shuli Network tonight.
Absolutely. We
Thanks,
appreciate
boys.
you as always.
Thank you. I love you, Pop. You complete me. 143.
So, and wrapping up our cryptids department. Come on. Have you ever worn them? They're comfortable.
Tonight's biggest revelation. I like that, Stacy.
I have more than one pair. Is that make me multiple?
I'm not judging, but Stacy is.
Bobby, I got dress Crocs.
Whoa, wait a minute.
I'll wear my dress Crocs to DabbleCon.
I can't wait, and I can't wait to run into some of you up at DabbleCon, Shawnee. I know you said you're coming up for one of the days, right?
Yeah, I'm coming up Saturday. Yeah,
Gee,
I'll be in my dress Crocs.
Where would someone look? I didn't even get that out of my lips yet. Where would someone go to get tickets for a DabbleCon? And there, a producer Don
must be right below us here.
There you go.
Right there.
Right there. bsshowlive.com, where you can get your tickets for DabbleCon weekend. Coming up August 16th, 17th, and 18th.
Yes. Please show up. It's going to be a fucking riot, man.
And you can see Shawnee in his Crocs, apparently.
My dress Crocs.
Dress Crocs. Yes, I have to see this.
Very important.
I have to see this.
Very important.
Meet Stacy. Cool.
What happened? Oh, she's going to be there. Great.
Awesome. It's going to be a good one.
Great.
Warm weather.
Psych says he wishes that he could go.
Me too.
Sorry, buddy. I wish you could too. Psych's been on fire lately. It'd be great to see his stuff live.
Great face swap stuff that our boy Psych Labs is doing, and his wife Ding Dong, man. Great stuff, man.
Absolutely. Hey, Bob. So wrapping up our cryptids, can we play number 146, please?
Sure enough. 146. Oh boy, here we go. Wrapping up the cryptid segment here on the Seany Zone. Thanks for everybody hanging out with us tonight. I love the chat family. Let's get into this, Shawnee. You got a little cryptid video here. Let's go.
Yep.
No volume on it. This looks very much like almost has a similar vibe to that original kind of Bigfoot video we all grew up on, Shawnee.
Yes, the Patterson Gimlin film.
I knew you would. It has that vibe to me, very much like the stride and like the angle and all that stuff.
Yes.
Wow.
I wish there was more context to it.
Yeah.
But it definitely looks pretty legitimate as far as where he's putting his. They've been known to place their feet not side by side, but one in front of the next.
That you mentioned that before, yeah. You've kind of mentioned that before. That
they have a strange gait to their walk, yeah.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, can't really see where his foot's going, but it looks like he could possibly swing in the leg. But yeah, it definitely has that vibe of that original video and a similar appearance and lighting and look up pretty wild. But yeah, like I said, these sightings will probably be going long after we're gone, Shawnee. They've been happening for thousands of years, and they'll be happening for thousands of years, likely after we're gone.
You better fucking believe it. All right, so can What happened?
I'm sorry. I get so distracted by these great people in the chat. Brian
Oh, no,
Kowalczyk
it's
said it. It's another Stevie Lou sighting.
Oh boy.
Looks big. There you go. But yeah, I didn't mean to
Well,
cut you off, my friend. Let's continue.
Chris Pop.
Beep, boop, boop. Clip that shit. Save that, Popky. My name is Chris. Beep, boop, boop, Popky.
At the top, he says, "Oh, hey, discount dog man. Do we have a? We have to come up with that." So,
well, let's listen.
So,
no, maybe not.
Wait, what happened?
No, because they were playing this game where somebody would just call out a random kind of impression, and Discount Don would try to do it. You know, but
is Don there?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you do it for Discount Dogman though.
Oh, hey guys.
What's up? Somebody was asking if there was a Discount Dogman perhaps around. I don't know what that would be.
I have no idea what that sound like. Oh, hey guys.
There you go. That's close enough.
Wow. All right. It's had a little Scooby Doo vibe there. So
there you go.
Can we put up number 140?
We sure can. 140. Let me see. Oh boy, here we go.
This is the kid that supposedly shot at Trump, and some of you looks just like.
Jesus, we could probably have fun playing.
Is that her son?
I don't know.
That's Liz Warren, who was a senator in Mass. She is the one that claimed to be part Native American, and has no proof of that, but just claims it out of because she got scholarship money. By claiming that when she went to school way back in the day when they didn't check or ask for any proof, but
DNA test,
Nebraska and all.
Such like a weirdo or something like that. Such like a weirdo. Yeah. Such like a weirdo. I don't
know. And then we also have another look-alike in number 138.
All right. Let's see what that's all about. Then.
Also from the Trump incident.
Okay, yeah, let me open this one up and share it. All right.
And this one's pretty spot on as well. I like
is that Julian Lennon or Chaz Bono? What do we got there? I don't know. What is that?
Andy Milonakis.
Oh, Andy Milonakis, right? I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah.
Wow, the adult Andy Milonakis. That's crazy. I don't even remember what he looked like as a kid.
Now he'd be this must be Andrea Milonakis.
Perhaps it is, but yeah, this particular agent took it on the chin because they had so much video of her fumfering with the gun, crouching behind other people.
Yeah, she didn't know what to do. She was lost. I mean, I know it's a stressful time, and if you're new at this job, that's a tough thing. But she was fucking out. Like she was in over her head.
They're supposed to be the best of the best and snap into action at a moment's notice and all. I mean, you see, most of them were doing their job. They were kind of huddled around him, and he was trying to poke his way out of it, which is it's probably a no-no, obviously, when you got people taking headshots at you. But what a weird ass scene, man. Like I said, what a weird time to be alive politically, where assassination attempt 1 week, and literally 1 week later, our sitting president kind of drops out of the running, basically. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy time. And I think a lot of people are like, at this point, are just throwing up their arms and they're like, whatever, man, just bring November on. We'll all vote for somebody and we'll all just get on with it, you know?
Yeah. And it seems like they don't care who they put up. They just want to pick right or left. It's whatever. I can only fight so hard, Bobby.
I heard some people like Andy Milonakis is a good one, but I heard somebody put up on social media that it's time for androgyny. That's just Pat from the Saturday Night Live bit from back in the day.
Yeah.
It looks like Pat as well. Oh, hey, guys. What are we doing? Are we protecting Trump, guys? Yeah.
Right.
Why are you shooting at him, guys?
So, Bob, if we pull up number 129, this pretty much sums up where I stand on the current political system in the United States as it is.
Okay, buddy.
And I think you're gonna get it.
120.
Remember they made. Remember they made an It's Pat the movie.
I remember them talking about it, but I can't say that it really stuck in my brain if they did make a Pat movie. But I do remember that was at that time where Lorne Michaels was basically churning any character. He was turning like instantly, just kind of turning over into a movie right away. So I wouldn't be surprised. Now you're going to have me looking for a Pat movie later. I have to know that exists now or not.
Watch it tonight. See if it's worse than one too many.
Oh, there's nothing worse than that. Jesus.
So here's the illusion. You can't. It's a little hard to read, but you got the left and you got the right.
Let me try this. Let me try to share it in another way. I think I can make it bigger. That's what she said. Calm down, baby. I'll make it bigger for you. Here we go. Try that one, nerd. All right, now let's go. We can.
Oh, okay, there we go. That's way better. So you got the left, you got the right, and you're supposed to pick your lane. Right. But guess what? Both of them lead to the same fucking door.
It all leads to the slaughterhouse, and that's a great way of putting it, Shawnee. That what you can be left or you can right, but we're all kind of stuck here in the middle, like dealing with these knuckleheads, living in the slaughterhouse, I guess, more or less, right, buddy?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
The Illusion of Free Choice. That one is titled,
and everyone's so fucking hyped up about this one or that one, and none of them care about us.
Yep,
blows my mind, Bob. It blows my mind.
Certainly does, my friend. And like I said, after the recent events of these last 2 weeks, man, you can only really affect what we can affect. You go out and vote for somebody in November, and you live the best life that you can, man. Have the most fun you can while we're here. That's all we can do. That's all we can control.
I have a few more to share, Bob, and then we're going to bring it back into the station.
Okay.
Number 140. I don't have a lot of space stuff this week, but 142 brought up an interesting photograph.
I don't want you. Photograph. All I got is this photograph. Some amateur astronomers have filmed. I'll show it to you. Tell everybody what this is, Shawnee. I don't want to give it away. But
so
it says,
apparently it looks like there's life going on the moon as we speak. There's glowing lights, like cities, perhaps. In the night sky on the dark side of the moon. Hold on, it zooms in. Like, what's going on? See, there's a lights.
That's very interesting. If that's authentic, there, Shawnee.
On the dark side of the moon.
Well, I'll see you there, man. I just started hearing things about moon caves recently, Shawnee, which I don't remember hearing about caves on the moon as much. But they were talking about how it could be like a place that astronauts, or they could kind of hide out in moon caves.
Maybe.
So
Bob, maybe that's a Pink Floyd concert going on.
Yeah, man. I told you I would see you there on the dark side of the moon. Did you think I was kidding, bro?
Yeah.
Like Pink Floyd.
All right, so before we get to what I found on my trip, I'm gonna go to this one. Came out like right before the last show was to air, and everyone's probably already seen it, but it's worth it to go back and review. Number 133, Bob.
133. All right, let's do that. Yeah, we're catching up with you. We're sorry we missed last week and all. Had some things going on, but we're happy to be back with you here on the Seany Zone this week. We're back at it. Oh boy. This is good.
This is interesting.
Discuss. Yeah, a lot of people, if you were involved watching the home run derby, you might have saw this.
Bright stars through the perilous fight, or the ramparts we won.
Where did they find this girl again?
I don't know. I thought she was a teenager, but apparently she's a famous, she's a 32-year-old, I think, country artist.
32, really?
Yeah. It's got to get better, right, Shawnee?
Oh, yeah. It's so much better.
Nope.
Maybe this is the discount dog man noise.
Look at her. That looks like a drunk chick singing karaoke at the bar.
Yeah.
I love you.
For the land of the free.
Oh, damn.
Ah. Wow. They cheered because it was done. No one cheered at her version of the song.
Yeah, and you
They were
heard a
just saying
couple
it
like couple mild boos in there, like, "Ooh, what the hell was that?" But yeah, I'd never heard of her before, Shawnee. They say she was like a multiple time. I'll get that out eventually. Multiple Grammy nominated artist, Shawnee. Grammy nominated. That person right there.
Can we get her on the show and she can be the discount dog man?
Discount dog man. I don't
We
know,
hit
but that was horrendous, Shawnee. And I happened to be watching the home run derby that night, and I looked at my TV and I'm like, I thought it was like a joke, like, okay, and I'm like, that girl just went viral for all the wrong reasons. And you heard the story. There's a backstory to that, right? Apparently she was drunk.
No, she was drunk. She
and I
looked
think,
drunk.
And I think she was like, she's going to like seek help or something. And the day after that performance, like, I went out there, I was drunk, and I'm going to seek professional help. It's like, you better seek some singing lessons while you seek that professional help too.
Bad news.
Yeah.
Bobby, what about number 137?
SF, what's up? He says, I'll have what she's having.
Yeah. I think she had a little too much 151.
Ooh, you got to watch that. I hear that changes.
Yeah,
What the hell is this? Oh, no, Shawnee. You bringing some shit here. I hope you're having fun here on the Shawnee Zone.
So I often call people that, believe what they're being fed sheep. Well, let's see some real sheep here. Let's see some real sheeple.
These are actual people. Sheeple people.
Sheeple.
Nah.
Like, in what world is this, like...
I guess our world, Shawnee, unfortunately.
And
one in the front kind of looks like Bob Levy.
So there's a horse Bob Levy and a sheep Bob Levy now.
Yeah, and this kind of goes along with the people that do the hobby horsing as well, Shawnee. Have you seen that thing? Didn't we? We did hobby horsing.
Yes, you did. And look at there's a crowd here to watch this. I'm wondering, like, did they pay something? There's no way they paid a fee to come in and see this.
That would be even more pathetic. That level, the people that are doing that. But
yeah, it's wild. It's really
Andy. I don't know if that was Bob Levy or Bab Levy. Maybe.
Good one.
You see what I did there? Good one.
And then we have another animal story, Bob. Apparently, there's a whale up by me in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, who's really pissed off. Which is that's where I was when I for my birthday we went up to Portsmouth.
Really?
Yes, it's like an hour and a half drive for me. But let's take a look at the unfriendly whale, number 152.
152, the unfriendly whale, and now the unfriendly whale on the Shawnee Zone.
If Bob Ross were here to paint this guy, I would love to hear what he would say.
Whoa,
we have a whale here. He's a little angry.
Got to get your brushes. Got to paint the white fluffy clouds, pretty white fluffy clouds. We're going to paint a whale today, boys and girls. Here you go. Oh, goddamn. Oh, the whale just
look at this kid.
Up.
This kid's like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah, he's like, whoa.
Like the whale sank that boat.
Yeah, it did. It's like, forget Jonah. I don't know, Shawnee. Do you think he done it on purpose? Hey-oo. Well, I know they're mammals. I know.
Yeah.
Wow. I often think about this, Sean, because you see these cool ass breaching videos where these whales just come up indiscriminately and they don't give a shit and they jump up and they hit. And I always think, what would happen if they kind of come up on a boat or kind of come down on a boat? And there you see the result.
You see it, and it looks like he planned it.
He planned it. Like, I'm gonna take that boat out. I do not like that boat. Is that? Let's see again. It's one whale, right? Let's watch it very slowly, Shawnee. We can watch it slowly.
See, and you can see right here, there's a black, like a black engine. And when he knocks it off, because when it comes up on its side again, there isn't anything there.
It almost looks like, is that not two whales, Shawnee?
No, he's got his mouth open.
Oh, mouth open, like going for. Oh, it was eating like a seal or like going after something. Like there's something
like the krill or whatever they eat.
Yeah, something hanging in. Yeah, the air, maybe the birds around it, taking a big bite of something. Whoa, and just like, just landing on
what?
Word.
So.
No, fuck me.
So he, I guess there was a few attacks of that. This was the biggest one, but that whale had rammed into some other boats over the last two or 3 days. And today they caught him. That was from today, and he smashed that boat.
Wow. Yeah, I think they think they're being playful. They think it's just like a play toy because to them, I guess most of the world is a play toy. Wow. Those whales are the king of the sea. Big boys in the block or on the block, says Kremley.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us tonight, Kremley.
Brian Kowalczyk. Moby Dickhead.
Moby Dickhead. Moby asshole.
now does boat insurance cover whale attacks?
I don't know. I don't think nobody covers that.
Yeah, that's probably a net loss there. All right, so you guys know that I went on my trip, and we did hike some, and we were in a pretty remote part of the world, and I found the first one I'm going to show you is number 148. It was a very strange assortment in a tree stump, and it was worthy of a photo because I was like, A, who did this, and B, why?
Yeah, you're going to have to explain this one to me, Shawnee, because this is perplexing. I don't even know what the hell I'm looking at here. What is this here, buddy?
It's a tree stump.
Right. Okay.
And somebody put some feathers, like they jammed them in. And like those didn't just end up there, you know what I mean? That those were placed in there. They were stabbed into the into it, and there's like string there. Like I don't know what's going on.
There's all kinds of stuff going on.
But then the more disturbing one, Bob, the more disturbing one was number 147.
All right. Get that for you right quick. 147 on an undercover cop. No, that's not a thing. It's 187. But let's see what 147 here is on the Seany Zone.
187 might lead to 147.
Okay.
There was a grave dug in the ground. This was a shell. I should have stood in it to show you. This was like a human-sized hole in the ground.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing the outline right here, Shawnee, now that you pointed out to us. Like here.
There was like a grave, like a shallow grave.
Wow.
In the ground, waiting.
Or you could have laid in it. That would have looked really cool.
I suppose.
I wouldn't do it.
Would you bring a curse on yourself, though, if you laid in a grave like that?
Or just badass karma. I don't mess with the voodoo and the dead and things of this nature, Shawnee. Yeah, so I wouldn't mess with that. But yeah, that does look like a grave. And I thought this was, like, this is your picture. You kind of took this picture. This isn't something you just got off the internet.
No.
You witnessed this. You damn so.
Yeah, it was crazy. But, so I didn't find any Bigfoot tracks or anything like that. In some other trips, I found some strange scat and some tree breaks and things. This one did not contain any of that stuff, but I did find a couple of odd things. So, and
it has some moss around it, so it looks like it's probably filled with water and kind of been there for a minute, maybe.
It seems like, yeah.
Wow. All right.
But it was clearly dug into the ground. Like the shot, I should have put something in it for some perspective of
maybe
like a shoe. But I should have thrown one of my Crocs in it.
That would have been perfect, Shawnee.
Yeah,
that'd have been perfect. You would definitely staking your claim. If it's got Crocs involved, it must be Shawnee's claim here.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. But,
Popke says Earth vagina. I only saw a sideways slit too, Popke. When I first looked at this picture, I'm like, all I saw was the sideways part, sideways vagina.
oh boy,
Earth vagina.
Oh boy. Wow.
Wow.
When a storm rain, a strong wind. Yeah, but this is in the middle of the woods, Flex.
And does the grave say this was the last person to come here looking for Dog Man? No.
Right? No, I didn't see. I did not.
You should have
see that
fingered
at
it, says Popke.
all.
Fingered.
All right, we're getting wild now here, folks. All right.
Yes.
But anyways, so that's what I have for you, Bob, for this past 2 weeks of our lives, and I'm hoping to bring some more joy to everyone in a week from now.
I bet you will, man, because Shawnee's working at this all the time, man. He's constantly filling up our hopper with all kind of cool stuff. And I try to scan at it a little bit, but I really don't know what you're always going to get at when you're kind of presenting it. So I like coming here and hanging out with my friend here, Shawnee, on the Seany Zone every Tuesday night and doing this with you, my friend. Good time.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was, we always try to unearth the things that nobody else wants to show you.
Mm-hmm.
They're afraid to.
Right, or just have some just a good old conversation,
Well,
right?
sometimes have some fun.
Question the narrative, right? As you like to say, as we like to say.
Absolutely.
Always question the narrative.
So, Bob, where can they find you on Twitter machine?
Well, on the Twitter machine, it used to be called a Twitter X machine, right there, @1 BobStuff1. And please join me every day, Monday through Friday on YouTube for my daily show called BF Live, where I get together with the chat family. We have a lot of good positive vibes and a lot of fun. We do fun segments and have talk and guests, a lot of fun stuff like that. So check me there, YouTube BF Live. And there's my Twitter X right there. Thank
Bob,
you,
you should have a song to start your show. It says, Mr. Bob Stuff, do 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 do. Who do you think you are? Right,
maybe I should, man. We got our great friends Psych Labs. They kind of kick in a lot of content. We have a lot of fun hanging out with a lot of these same people in the chat family. So maybe you'll join me there. And thank you for that song idea, Shawnee, man, because that's fun stuff, man. That's what I like doing. Just having fun.
Wait, we have a late breaking super chat from Chris Popke. Thank you for the 5. Thanks for the show, boys. Oh, hey, discount dog man.
Oh, hey, Chris Popke.
he's like, that's all I got. I've never heard of dog. No, none of us have ever heard of Dogman before, so we're gonna go with that one.
I like it.
Thank you, Pop. Thanks, Popke. Thank you, Psych. Thank you, Doopa Doopa Doo. Flex 316 checking us out from down under. Man. I always love that.
Thanks where's he from?
From Australia.
Oh,
I think
excellent.
Bobby has that song now. Clip it. There we go.
Mr. Bob Stuff. Who do you think you are, Mr. Bob Stuff?
All right,
I don't know the rest of it, but
we can pull that one right there. I don't know what to do. I don't know the rest. Sounds like somebody else we know, right?
Yeah, I just did that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
That's okay.
Now I have
You're
to be
forgiven.
ashamed. I have to be ashamed of myself all night now.
Yeah, I don't know. No, as long as you don't forget the words to Roadhouse Blues, one of the most famous rock songs ever. Oh, good this morning and got my whatever. I don't know the rest of it.
I forgot to drink a beer in the song.
Yes, you forgot that part.
Yeah, and what was I going to say? There was something I was going to say. Damn it. Anyway, it must not have been that important, Bob. So I'd like to thank you guys all for showing up. Oh, also I can be found on the X machine at Not High Register right there. You can see it for yourselves.
Shulani.
Who said that?
It's Shulani.
You said that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So do you think now that Jim Henson is dead? Do you not that he's dead, but because he's dead and his kids now run it? I'm not even sure who runs Henson Entertainment. Yeah. But I'd like to start a some sort of a correct the Muppet babies lore kind of campaign. I don't know.
I'm smelling an Uncle Kermit show coming on where instead of Uncle Rico, we're doing Uncle Kermit, where you kind of set the timeline straight for the Muppets and the Muppet Babies
Maybe.
and the Muppet verse, if you will. The Muppet verse. There you go. We have the Dabbleverse. Shawnee will do the Muppet verse.
I have plenty to say about it. Plenty to say. Yes, Chris. Always,
Yes.
Chris. It always rates back to the Muppets. Anyway, all right. So I'd like to say thank you all for being here tonight. Here tonight. We had a great time with you all. And don't forget to get your tickets for DabbleCon 2. It's gonna be a great weekend.
I'm really looking forward to meeting you there, Shawnee, because we've only ever met on doing these shows. I've had the good fortune of hooking up with Andy one other time, getting together at what's the show we did at Pottstown that you guys did, hooked up there. So I'm really looking forward to seeing. Now Stacey Allen says she's coming. I'm gonna get to meet you, see Andy again. So I'm looking forward to it. So everybody, if you can make your way up to Rochester, we'll see you up there.
Absolutely.
It's going to happen real quick, Shawnee, because today's the 23rd. Next, basically like 1 week from now, we're going to be in August. Yep, we're going to be in there. Yeah, we're going though. Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's do this. We're doing this.
But we are in fact doing it.
We're doing it. And just if I can leave you with a few things, stay alert, stay vigilant. John's a piece of shit. And return your fucking shopping carts. Return your shopping carts. I was at a store the other day, and a guy left his cart in front of the door to get in the store. So he must have come out of the door, pushed it against the door, taken his shit out, and then left. And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
And forget everybody else. Yeah.
So
that's it.
Just
mumbling Nick.
Boggling. What do you say?
I know he's a longtime friend of yours, right? He says meeting Shawnee is overrated.
Oh, well, thanks a lot, Nick.
That is what a bro would say.
Asshole.
That's cool.
But so we're gonna have a good time. So please stay safe, everyone, and we'll catch you on the flippity flip.
On the other side,
Andy.
Let's stick around and rock out to Shawnee's band at the end of the show here, and we'll see you next time we see you here on
the Shawnee
Zone. Boom, y'all. Have a great rest of your Tuesday night. Rock out with whatever you want out, and we'll see you next time here on the Shuli Network. Bye, and have a good night, everybody. You know what to do with that song, Stacey. Night, Nick. Good night, everybody. Rock out. This rocks.
One more time, do say I'm sorry.
Shut up, Bud Munch.
Yeah, it rocks. Rocks. Yeah.